Hi, this is Ken Boyd. This is part 2 in our series, ACT Reading Comprehension, the reading part of the ACT exam. More comprehension in less time is our theme. I'm Ken Boyd. I'm the owner of St. Louis Test Preparation. We spend a lot of time on live ACT training, both in small groups and one-on-one. And this is my email, my website, my email address, and my phone. Our website is www.stltest.net. So back to a subject we covered last time, reading the text actively, active reading. What we mean by that is we want you to do something to the text as you read to keep focused. Whatever's comfortable for you, highlight, underline, circle. This process of marking up the text also allows you to quickly find information. If you underline the main idea, for example, it'll be easy to find if that question gets asked. Because you have to flip between the question page and the reading page, flipping back and forth is a difficult thing, and you can pick up speed by marking up the text. Margins. Consider writing some comments in the margin. Vocab words, dates, maybe a word or two to help spur your memory about something, a question that comes up as you read. And vocabulary. Pay particular attention to words that are new to you. Underline it, circle it immediately when you come across it. You might be asked to define a word. It's very likely in the reading section of the ACT that you'll be asked to use the context of a sentence to define a word. The solution to that is read the sentence to understand what the word means. For example, the spiteful bully pushed the student. You may not know exactly what spiteful means, but it may have something to do with anger based on the context of the sentence. The two critical portions of the reading are the first paragraph and the last paragraph. That first paragraph should answer the question, what is this all about? Just like a good news report or a good newspaper article tells you right up front. Think about a TV news reporter. He or she should start the report by explaining what's going on. If not, the viewer becomes confused, might lose interest, might change the channel. For example, if you turn on the TV and the anchor says, heavy snow has delayed the start of the Stanley Cup playoff game tonight, okay, I get it. I understand what the story's about right away, and now I'm interested. The last paragraph should be an effective conclusion. This is where the author summarizes his argument or point of view, and the reader should pay close attention to both of these paragraphs, read them the most closely, mark them up the most because they contain critical information in the reading. Switchbacks. Think about a path that goes up the side of a mountain that zigzags back and forth because it's too steep to go up straight ahead. Have you noticed a shift in thought in something you've read? Maybe the writer argues for an idea, then shifts to discuss the other point of view. He's for it at the beginning, and then he discusses the con side or the against side. These are called switchbacks. Be alert for words like these: but, although, however, on the other hand. They indicate a change in what you're reading. They indicate a change of direction in the reading. Circle those words, do something with them, because you know that the information below that switchback word is going to be different from the information above it. Pause and reflect. Now that you've actively read the text, stop and think about what you're reading. Use ACT's information, not your own. If you knew something about the topic already, how is the reading different? Remember that ACT questions only apply to information in the reading, even if you believe ACT is incorrect. Their information is what counts. Was there a pattern or theme throughout the reading? A pattern may tip off the writer's main idea or argument. For example, the article tells a story about 4 people who overcome serious illness. In each story, the writer comments on the importance of regular physical exams. Since that keeps coming up, maybe it's the main idea. And finally, surprises. What surprises you? Did one character's comments or actions clash with another character? I'll use the movie example Casablanca. The main character, Rick, who's Humphrey Bogart, seems to be only concerned with himself at the beginning of the movie. At the end of the movie, his actions show a greater concern for someone else. Why has he changed? What point is the author trying to make when the character changes so dramatically? The payoff is more comprehension in less time, and it's all about finding information faster. By marking up the text, the student can glance at a reading and find information faster. Let's say, for example, it was an article about Abraham Lincoln, and it includes a paragraph in the reading about his time in the Illinois state legislature. So the student glances back at the text trying to find the information, and he has done something with the word legislature. He's underlined it. That's the paragraph where the answer is. He quickly reviews the paragraph and answers the question. The reader avoids rereading a large part of the text to find the answer. We're trying to reduce rereading things. Anticipate questions. How often are you asked about the main idea in an article or about the author's viewpoint? Almost every time. These questions are always on the reading section of the test, either one or most of the time both. Why not think about those answers and anticipate them while you're reading? Search for that main idea. Increase comprehension. Active reading keeps the reader focused. The student's less likely to drift. If they've marked up the text along the way, more focus means better comprehension without losing any time and, in fact, gaining time, reading a little faster. General comments. I was a test item writer for the CPA exam for several years, and the hardest task if you're writing questions is creating 3 incorrect problems that still seem believable or plausible. That is, when an unprepared student might choose one of the incorrect answers. Since this task is difficult, we're all human, the writers get tired. There is usually one answer choice that you can throw out because it uses an absolute, which I'll define in a minute. The test writer included an absolute because he was out of other ideas. He ran out of gas. He didn't have any other ideas when writing answer choices. Since there are a few absolutes in life, you won't find them in very many test questions in the ACT exam as correct answers. Answer choices with words like always, never, absolutely, in every case are usually incorrect. Another frustration that I mentioned is students having to flip back and forth between the question page and the answer page. Marking up the passage saves time when you flip from the answer page to the text. Your eyes can find the answer more quickly if you've marked up the page. We have a bibliography of some of the resources we use to create this video. There's some good information if you do a web search on active reading. That's the end of part 2, and in fact the end of our reading comp initial presentation. You can find more topics on YouTube. If you'd like live tutoring, and in fact we travel to different cities, www.stltest.net is our site. There's my email address and phone number. Good luck on the exam.